What's up, my friends? Coming through with a quick video here. This idea has been coming up for me because it's a question that I get asked in private clients. I remember so many clients asking me, well, how do I know if it's sabotage or if it's this? I'm getting the same question asked in Money Miracles. I'm getting the same question asked in my Miracle Worker Method, my spiritual coach training program. This question is being asked because we as women have been taught this idea about self-sabotage, and it's really to our detriment. It's really toxic, and there's an unlearning that gets to happen here. And that's what I want to help you with. So if you're on here, say hello to me and let me know that you're here. Hi, Jessica. So I've been sharing a lot about my journey right now, how I just decided to move to Austin, Texas, and I'm on a 9-month lease, and it's just kind of like, let's see where this goes, right? It's like I'm dating Austin. I'm not here for life. Maybe I am. Who knows, right? Just dating it. I'm checking it out. And as I'm checking it out, what I'm doing is I came here with the purest intention just to slow down and to be in nature more, to just be around people that are not always on the go, 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 and to really invest the same amount of money that I would invest in my business, thousands of dollars a month, into my own self-care. Now, you have to think about this. When you do this kind of thing, it comes up against all these beliefs, right? The beliefs around being busy and what this means for us. Hi, Lori. Hi, Felicia. So this question that I get asked, I just started realizing how damn toxic it is, right? And here's the question. When I'm talking about surrender, and when I say that you have to surrender, and the more that you surrender, the more that you receive, the more that you surrender, the more that you access the wisdom, the more that you surrender, the more that you allow yourself to integrate the things you've been learning, right? And this is what women ask me. They go, well, how do I know if when I'm feeling called inward to surrender and I'm being called inward to rest, and when I'm being called to relax, how do I know if it's self-sabotage? Here's the deal. Since when did it become where whenever we want to rest, we're sabotaging? I want you to think about that for a minute. Like, let that sink in. When did this become the norm that when we need rest, when we're tired, we are here like questioning ourselves, am I self-sabotaging? Am I letting go of my dream? And I want you just to like reflect. Have you ever sat in this question? Because this is not, like I said, this is not a like one-off question. I get this question a lot. So here's how I want to introduce the idea that we can really heal this idea. We can heal this toxic questioning and this part of us that does not trust our need for rest. And I want to just remind you this. I keep looking outside because you should see the sunset. It's so pretty right now. It's so distracting. It's like cotton candy sky and all the windows around me. But I want to remind you that when we make space for the rest and we trust the rest, we understand. I want you just to take this in. If you're taking notes or you have something to write this down with, write this down. In the periods of rest and restoration, rejuvenation, there are miracles that are planting. There are new seeds that are taking root. There are things that are beginning to like just solidify in that space. Jessica, are you feeling this? I love it. So if we make the space and we trust and we decide, I'm going to make space to rest right now. I'm going to trust this inward pull to rest. I'm going to trust this inward pull to clear my calendar. I'm going to trust this inward pull to maybe not go selling all the things or not go pushing all the things this month. And what if I trusted that inner guidance? Now, this can be scary because we're taught that if you want to win, if you want to make more money, you better be on this numbers game. You better be pushing. You better be doing this. You better be doing that. And it's so just, it's old paradigm. It's not working anymore. Stop it, right? If you really want to be in the space of making yourself the most receptive version of yourself that you can, you've got to slow down. Now, in the slowing down, it can feel a little unfamiliar at first, right? It can feel like, whoa, Shouldn't I be doing something else? Shouldn't my calendar be more busy? Shouldn't I be doing what she's doing? You go on your Instagram, you see them doing all the things. You go on your Facebook, you see them launching all the things. I was in a high-level mastermind. I saw that people were like planning out their year end. I was like, my year end is super chill, but guess what? I planned it like this so I could have big bursts of income. And then I have income that comes every month because I set up my business ecosystem this way. So I've been strategically planning this to make it this way. But what I had to do is I wouldn't be in any of these spaces if I didn't make space for the slowdown. Now, let's talk about healing this and some questions you can play with within yourself. Hi, Christy. Hi, Karen. So when you feel this feeling where you start questioning, is this a real call to rest? Am I really tired? Am I really tired, or am I self-sabotaging? I want you to change the narrative around here. And the narrative can go like this. Is my body and my health more important than money right now? Just for today. Just for today. Can I let go of my achieving, my accomplishing, my creating, and give my body what it needs right now? And begin to understand that you're not your body, right? If you ever meditated with me, I always say this, you're not your body. You are not your body. Your body is here with you as a companion in this lifetime while you're here. It needs you. You need to get back on the same page, right? You can close your eyes and sense your body. And like, I love what Louise Hay says, where she says that you don't notice your body until your body starts hurting, till you get sick. Think about that. It's so true. We don't notice because you may be like the former me. I used to just take coffee, Advil, push, and do all the things. And then I got sick. I got mono. And then in 2010, I think it was, my body just shut down. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even go pee. Like, I was laying in bed and it was like I was looking at the door to my bathroom, and it was like the longest walk because I was so sick. I was so sick. My body just shut down on me. Now, there was a lot of things there. There was trauma. There was too many espressos, too many years of cocaine. There was a lot of shit that happened for me. However, it took a long time for me to rebuild that. Hi, Jillian. Hi, Lauren. And what I've learned as I re-entered into this world of business, I went into business, into finance first, and I had all male mentors. And I believed that what I had to do in order to be successful was to play a numbers game. The more people I speak to, the more money I make. The more people I reach out to, the more money I make. The more things I create, the more money I make. The more videos I make, the more money I make. When I entered into my business here, doing this business, I really had to like show up, and I realized, and even looking back at me, I showed up with that same mentality because I thought this is what success looks like. Now, if you listen to all those books that have been written by men on what success looks like, it sounds very similar, doesn't it? It sounds very similar. It's like the push, the force, the get beyond yourself. Now, I love getting beyond yourself because when you get beyond yourself, what you prove is I'm not that woman I thought I was. I'm not the man I thought I was. I'm not that limitation I thought I was. However, when you are willing to get beyond yourself and work with your energy and understand that when you're depleting your energy because you think you need to push, and some of you may be depleting your energy, catch this one. Some women are thinking they're relaxing, but the whole time they're relaxing, they're judging themselves and they're still depleting their energy. That's a huge one. Like, women are like, all right, I'm going to surrender, so I'm not going to do anything today. I'm just going to lay on my couch and beat myself up all day because I'm not good enough. I'm not doing enough. Don't do that. Right? So let's talk about back to this idea of healing this conversation. And there are some people that are self-sabotaging, but I don't even like using that language, right? Hi, Morgan. I don't even like using that language. Let's call it like this. Some people just can't get the fuck out of their way. Like, they just don't want to get out the fuck. They see there's a step. They don't want to take the step. I'm not talking to you. If you're that person and you know that you need to take a step and you're not taking it, just take the fucking step. Take a nap, take a sleep, go get a massage, then just take that fucking step and process the integration later. I'm talking to the women that take the steps. They're showing up. They show up so much that when they're tired, they're like, am I self-sabotaging? This was me. This is a lot of my clients now. So that's why when we have these conversations, I'm like, let me get this straight. You're tired. Your body is saying, go within. Your body is saying, I want to unplug for a couple days, but you don't believe it. That's when it gets toxic. So, hi, Charlene. So let's talk about this healing it. I want you all to like just feel this in your body, because this is a relearning, which is equals healing for women. So when Jessica, yes, take the fucking step. Christy's like, yes. You all know that I am all about the gentle and the love, but I'm also like no nonsense. Like, we have big things to do in this world, ladies. So healing it goes like this. You start to rediscover the relationship that you have with your body, and you really give yourself this permission to access even greater levels of inspiration, because you're no longer available for forced inspiration, right? So this is how I operate right now. I will not do things when it's forced inspiration. What I've realized is when it's a flowing, true, like pulsating arousal from spirit, like, girl, go do this thing. There's someone that needs this. I cannot deny it. Like, it just gets me into action. That kind of happened today. So I just like started creating things. I started doing things. But the last probably couple weeks, I've just been inward. Like, I've been like, nope, not getting on a call. No, I'm not recording a podcast. Nope, I don't want to talk to humans. No. And this is the thing. So what I've done now is I just learn that when I'm tired, I trust that if I'm tired, if I give my body what she needs and I honor her, and I still honor my connection to spirit, and I'm like, spirit, I'm showing up for this. I know that I have big things to do. I know that I'm needed. I know that there's women out there I'm meant to connect with. I trust in that too. You can simultaneously have these two beliefs, marry them, and dance with them. You all are funny. I have to hear what Lauren is like resisting or dealing with right now. Lauren, you have to send me a DM. So with this, in these moments of feeling called to rest and rejuvenate, what if you went into gentleness versus judgment and harshness, right? So we all know what the judgment and harshness feels like. I'm tired, but I'm not doing enough. I'm tired, but she's doing more. I'm tired, but I should be making more money. I'm tired, but my kids. I'm tired, but this. What if you just make space, make space, make space, and just let it? Accept it. Like, I'm fucking tired. What can I do right now to restore myself? What can I do right now to love myself? What would be the highest and best thing I can do for my body? What is the most loving act I can do right now today to be present in the now for what's most important, my well-being? And if I prioritize my well-being, I know that I prioritize my abundance, because abundance, true abundance, is flowing from your well-being, right? Hi, Paul. So now I understand that you may be receiving this intellectually, but I want you to receive it on a cellular level, which is you having the activation and remembering that all is well with you and you are perfect, whole, and complete right now as you are. When we believe that, know it, relax into it, our body just has a, I'm relaxed. All is well. Fuck what they think. Fuck what I used to think. Like, all is well. So we get to really relax, because what happens is there's this thing of harshness, judgment, not enoughness, and it pushes you into realms of overexertion, and you go into lack. Versus relaxing into the abundance and asking the question to get clear and super intentional. So this is what I say. I just did a whole podcast on this, by the way, ladies. Totally different conversation. This is like a different layer of it, a different facet. But the podcast that went out today is, what was it? Surrender and intention versus forcing and efforting. And I talk about the dance of being intentional, and how if you're too intentional, you're forcing. If there's too much intention, you're like, meh, controlling. If you can really surrender, you can dance with the idea of, won't this be nice when? I'm so excited for this because it's on its way. I know that this is unfolding for me, and you get to enjoy life now in the period of manifestation and evolving. But if you're too surrendered, you might take your surrender as, I'm just going to eat chocolates all day and watch Netflix, and days go by where you don't even think about your purpose, and that's not it either. So it's more of a, I'm very intentional with my relaxing. If I'm going to relax, I'm going to unplug. I was eating pizza on Sunday and watching Queen's Gambit, which, by the way, is an excellent freaking Netflix show. Before, I would not let myself watch anything because I thought if I watch something that I'm going to ruin my whole potential. I'm not going to be able to enjoy any of this. So what I started doing is realizing that rigidity is not serving me. Rigidity helped me battle addiction, right? Like there's times where being rigid and clear is necessary. So hear me out. That's why I said this conversation isn't to give you permission. If you've been not taking that step for a year and you know you need to take it, just take the damn step. But there's a time when you get it, you know it, you've been doing the things, and you step into a level of mastery, but you also understand that life is not black and white. Life is, it's a flow, like it's infinite. You get to tap into whatever you want to tap into. It's like, those old operator things? If you watch a movie from like the 40s or 50s, I don't even know if that's the right year, but they take the calls and they're like, all right, you want to talk to Janet? Okay, plug it in here. All right, you want to talk to Dan? Plug it in here. Want to talk to him? Plug it in there. This is your connection to the infinite. Like you are connected to this infinite intelligence. It's everywhere. It's here. It's here. It's right here within you. It's not more in Nicole Sylvester than it is in Lauren or Jessica or Scotty. It's not in anybody more or less. It's here fully present. What's not equal in us is our willingness to be aware. And that's the damn truth. If you are fully willing to be aware, you're saying, I'm unavailable for unconscious behavior anymore. I'm unavailable to get in my way anymore. I'm unavailable to keep lying. I am unavailable to not be clear and honest and concise with myself about my dreams and my desires. You become unavailable to be unaware. And that changes the game. Because spirit is here and you get to plug into whatever it is that you want to plug into. I didn't just wake up one day and start making money when I sleep. I had to consciously connect with spirit and say, I know that there's people making money while they sleep. And even though I'm on welfare right now, my life kind of sad and I feel stressed and I'm in a hole of debt and all the things, like I know there's a way to do these things. How do I do it? I had to keep plugging into that question, keep plugging into that truth. And when I saw opportunities that felt like a line to help me tune into that plug, whether it was a coach, whether it was a retreat, whether it was a book, whether it was a podcast, I was like, I want to plug in because I want to get my charge, my intention, my focus, my attention into this thing that gets me closer to that connection to spirit, that connection to that reality. So I want to invite you just as a final word here. What are you plugging into? You get to plug into anything. And we become so willing to plug into that infinite space. Remember, you get to choose. You plug it in. Some of you are plugged into people don't have money for what I have. It's a pandemic. It's not going to work. Some of you are plugged into, I can't afford to live by myself. I'm going to keep living with my partner that I don't even like, but I need to break up with them. Some of you keep plugging into the problem. I can't raise my rates. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm asking you to plug into a higher truth for yourself because all the things, all the possibilities are here in the quantum field. You are one with it. You are one with it. Now, I will give you this little tidbit. Since you've been here with me and y'all have been like the greatest hype women and men with all the hearts. And I love it. I feel like all this engagement, I feel activated by it. I want to remind you that even though all of this is here, it's our duty to work on raising our consciousness, meaning that we continue to see more and more of what is here, right? Like, I don't know, 10 years ago, I never knew that people were making money the way they do on the internet. 10 years ago, I didn't know there were people in relationships that were actually happy and supportive and loving each other. Like, because when I looked around, all I saw was unhealthy relationships, people that were struggling. Like, of course, I saw stuff on TV, but I didn't know it as my close friends, relationships, and things like that. What I had to do was put myself in different containers, put myself in different rooms, put myself in different experiences, put myself around different conversations, and begin to ask different questions and be available for the answer, right? And when I'm available for the answer, I'm continuously raising my consciousness. I'm like, I didn't know this was true. Now I see it. It's real. I didn't know this was here. It's been here the whole time. The same thing when I shifted from making like, I don't know, $3,000 in my business to $15,000 in my business the next month. It's like when you do that, the money was there all along. The people were there all along. The things are here all along. You begin to see it differently because you raise your awareness. You become available to it. So that being said, I would be remiss not to share with you all something beautiful that's happening on next weekend, which is my meditation retreat. We're going to be plugging in. We're going to be plugging in. I'm going to be guiding you to tune into the frequency of abundance, the frequency of unconditional love, the frequency of healing, the frequency of opportunity. We're going to be doing all of that in an intimate container for 3 days. It's all recorded. I know some of you are already signed up. I see your names on the list. And some of you have even asked me, what if I can't do all of them? It's Thanksgiving weekend. That's okay. Your life's going to be changed even if you come into one of the recordings. There's actually 5 live sessions. So you spend 5 90-minute sessions with me. We're going into breath work. We're going into sound bath. We're going into dynamic meditations where I'm going to have you doing the movement, doing the breath. And we're going to be plugging into those frequencies. So you don't have to sit with your mind thinking about it and looping and wondering how to get yourself out of there. All you have to do is let go. Let go. I'm going to guide you. You can trust me as your guide to lead you into these states of bliss and goodness and abundance. And all you have to do is literally sit down or lay down. That's it. It depends on what meditation we're doing. Some of them might have you standing up and jumping or dancing and doing some feminine movement things. But you know what? It's none of it. All of it is going to feel good. Right? So I would love to have you with me. If this is like an opportunity to do something with me, it's under $400 and it's 3 days. So if you can get in, and there's 3 payment plans, right? So my friends, I would love to have you. If you want to go plugging into the things, join me. Just show up for it, even if it doesn't make sense or you're like, I don't even meditate. It's not silent meditation. I'm not going to have you doing 90 minutes of silent meditation. It's hypnotic meditation. I'm going to guide you into hypnotic states where you're going to be like hypnotized in a way because your brain waves are shifting, your biochemistry is shifting, you're moving into a state of very relaxed receptivity. And in those spaces, I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to drop some information in there. And it's all information to guide you to a higher vision, a higher truth, greater abundance, more love, more bliss, and a higher, more authentic, the true you beyond limitation and who you've been taught to be. So if you're ready for that, if you have any questions, and also if you're coming, please invite a friend. Your friend will be so like, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking me on this weekend because it's going to feel really good. And you get to keep the recordings so you can go back to it again and again, and we'll spend 7 days in a private Facebook group where we will be connecting and doing all the things. But my friends, I'm gonna go. I just got my crystal singing bowls. I already recorded a meditation with them. I've been like, maybe that's why I came in here like this, because I was in there like ding, like feeling all the vibes. And we're going to be using them next weekend. So my friends, take care. Blessings. Plug into something beautiful. All right, my friends. Bye.